Wow, what an ending! I can't believe that Soldier Boy is Homelander's father. Now, I actually kind of saw that one coming a little bit. Not like episodes ago, but kind of like when they were like whispering it into his ear, and he was like, "That's impossible." It's like, oh, okay, he's probably Homelander's dad. Kind of a cliche at this point, but it works for the story. Makes kind of the characters and plot much more interesting and personal because now, I'm gonna guess for the finale that Soldier Boy might team up with Homelander, and that's very bad to have the two most powerful superheroes, um, or supervillains combine, which is terrifying for our main characters. I'm really interested in seeing how that goes. So also A Train is back. I kind of thought he would be gone after last time, but no, he's still alive. Uh, and they gave him Blue Hawk's halt, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a bad thing because A Train hated Blue Hawk, and he hated pretty much everything Blue Hawk stands for. So now to always have a piece of him in him is very, I guess, traumatizing. As well as the PR and Ashley's media coverage of how like, oh yeah, no, A Train tried to save him and he loved him, and you know, it's kind of the opposite of what A Train really does think. So it's kind of bitter irony that he now has his halt. But like, wouldn't Blue Hawk after being dragged through that thing, wouldn't his halt have like exploded or something, or like just be gush? But try not to think about that too much. And A Train could run really fast again, so that kind of puts him back to where he was in Square One. Whether or not his personality will also be like that is up for speculation. I feel like he might be going towards a redemption arc, though he keeps kind of slipping back into his old habits. It was his fault that Annie's ex got killed, so I don't really know where this character's gonna go. He's a very interesting character for me. Butchell, we find out more of his backstory, and a very sad backstory that is. As with most characters, we kind of knew a little bit about his brother and his suicide and how Butchell blames himself for that, and we actually get to see it, from his perspective now is very tragic, and I just really like Carl Urban's acting in that. I appreciate that they didn't actually show him shoot himself in the head. I'm glad they cut away while that happened because, I don't like when suicide is portrayed on screen like that. 13 Reasons Why. So, it was respectful for the boys to do that. The boys is very violent, but I guess they'll never really come to that. Same with Stormfront suicide. Also get the backstory for Black Noir with his goofy Looney Tunes exposition, which, still is exposition-y, but I felt like it was creative. I can't really put anything past the boys at this point. They've done pretty much everything, so why not throw in some Looney Tunes characters? I was a little bit upset that Stan Egdal was not a chicken because of, Los Polos Hermanos, but I'll let that one slide. We do understand now why Black Noir wanted to get rid of Soldier Boy, so, we see his motivations now. And apparently he used to talk, but now he doesn't talk anymore. I wonder why that is. Maybe we'll find that one out. Black Noir is a very mysterious character because we don't exactly know much about him, so this was kind of cool to see. We see Brave Maeve again, and she's not doing so well. I mean, she's doing better than I thought she would. Ashley's telling everybody she's in rehab. Don't believe Annie's crazy conspiracy theories, but now she's being held up by Homelander, and Homelander's like, "Hey, so I'm just gonna use your eggs and make a child with it." Really messed up of him to do. Really feel bad for Maeve. She's been kind of getting the short end of the stick this entire series, and I really want her to get a win, at least once. I don't know. I feel like she deserves that at this point. She's a really cool character. We also met another one of Soldier Boy's former teammates he wants to kill called Mindstorm, who, if you look at him in the eye, he sends you into this, like, dream sequence of your worst regrets until you die of dehydration, which is horrifying. Like, no thank you, that sounds horrifying. But even he didn't last, he didn't last that long against Soldier Boy, which proves how big of a threat he is. I thought the scene where he mind controlled the nun was insane. That was so crazy. It was funny, but also dark at the same time. Kind of how I would describe the boys in one sentence if I had to. Homelander is drinking from the milk of the cow's titty, which is a bit strange, for a little out of place. I don't really know what that's about. Um, I don't know what's going on now. I'm glad that MM got to punch his stupid ex-wife's husband in the face. He he's like definitely overstepping as a stepfather. You know, like even if the mom, if her mom doesn't even know about that, like, dude, what is your goal here? It's just very weird, and I don't like this guy. So I'm glad MM got to punch him, even though it was in front of the daughter. Not probably not a good sign. Um, and I hate the trope in movies that's like, at least I'm there for them. Duh. The trope, especially when it's not even accurate, because he is there for them. He has been for like a year, just because he has to do this mission to save the world from superheroes. You dumb idiot. I don't know. I hate that guy. I'm glad I got punched in the face. I hope he doesn't overstep on his daughter, on his step daughter anymore. At least ask the mom first, because the mom didn't even know about it. So, Betchel finds out that the temporary V kills people if they use it too much. And even after his whole arc this episode of realizing he destroys everybody around him for his own goals, he just says, you know what, I'm just gonna do it again. And he doesn't tell Huey about it. And I think that's really messed up, you know? It shows that while Butchel does have a sad backstory, he's not exactly a good guy and probably not the most redeemable person. You know, if he's still continuing to do this after he faced regrets for his problems, he's like, no, I'm just gonna do it again. Feels like you can't really redeem somebody when they're like that, you know? Kamiko also gets her powers back with a temporary V, and she's like, you know, now that it's my choice, I want my powers. Which is kind of an interesting angle to take in it, but, you know, I feel like if all these guys have powers, they might have a chance against Soldier Boy and even Homelander, so really interested in seeing how that goes. The only one who doesn't have powers right now is MM and Frenchie. So I'm really looking forward to that. You know, maybe they'll get powers. Maybe that'll be kind of cool. Hopefully they don't take it too much, or else they'll die. Hopefully one of them tells Huey that. Like Starlight could just call Huey and be like, "Hey, don't take too much of it, or you're gonna die." She might do that. Again, he did lose his phone, so I don't really know. Maybe next time she sees him, hopefully it's not too late. So, Soldier Boy, I don't think I think his alliance with Huey and Butchel is over at this point because they kind of run around his back to get Storm to help Butchel. So I think that alliance is pretty much over. You know, he's probably going to team up with Homelander because that's his son now. And yeah, so we're going to have the finale. It's probably going to be all of them, all of these characters teaming up to fight Homelander. So I think it's pretty evenly matched at this point though because we have Huey, Butchel, Annie, Kamiko, hopefully Maeve, if Maeve gets back on her feet, somebody wakes her out of prison. They might get Black Noir to join in. Um, you know, I'm not exactly sure about A Train. Definitely not the Deep. That scene with him in the squid was disgusting. I hate that. So yeah, this episode does a really good job at being up for the finale while still times giving us payoffs and really good scenes as well. You know, as much as I like The Boys for its action and goofy humor, the main part of it I like is the characters and those emotional moments that remind us that these characters are, you know, human. So I think that's my favorite thing about the show. So yeah, I can't wait for the finale. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments and subscribe below if you want to. And until then,